All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So in this one, I wanted to quickly cover where the New York Jets stand as of right now with cap space. Of course, there's some things that the Jets have got to do, and we're going to talk about it. But I always think it's good, like every couple of months in the offseason, to do like an updated cap space, overview, right? To see where the Jets stand, how do they stack up to the rest of the league, and to try to project some future moves that this team could make. So right off the bat, the Jets right now are looking at roughly $23 to $24.8 million. That's a good amount. That is actually fourth in the NFL as we stand right now, behind the Chicago Bears at 32.6 mil, Carolina Panthers at 27.3, Arizona Cardinals at 26.7, and then again the Jets are coming in fourth place at 24.8. But the first order of business that has to get done is restructuring Aaron Rodgers' contract, because it's still not done. Right, a lot of this 24.8 mil is going to be, consumed by the reworked Rodgers deal. I don't think he's going to, stick with getting paid the 1 mil this season, and whatever it was, I think it was like 100 next season. That's definitely going to change. So how much of this 20 plus mil is going to be eaten by that, I'm not sure. Only time will tell. But it's definitely, the cap space will definitely be going down. Once that restructure comes out. I think the second thing on the Jets to-do list, if you will, is to extend Quinnen Williams. This is something that, it's been, I've said this in a couple videos. I actually felt like this was going to get done before free agency. I felt like it was somewhat of a no-brainer, right? A young player, homegrown guy that the Jets drafted, third overall, has not only just the best season of his career, but he's also coming off a season where he was one of the best defensive tackles, one of the best defensive linemen in the entire game. He was an all-pro season. Jeff Ulbrich actually came out the other day and said he is the best defensive tackle in football right now. So I thought, again, it was a no-brainer. Yeah, you want to re-sign him. You want to get the extension done. And we're sitting here right now, it's June, and it's still not done. I understand that Quinnen is not a free agent, right? So he is under contract this season, whether he gets the deal or not. I do understand that from the Jets organizational point of view here. But at the end of the day, for morale, for, locking a guy up long term, to me, I want to get this done. I think the sooner rather than later approach is probably better here. And another plus, we already know the market. We know what Jeffrey Simmons got. We know what Javon Hargrave got with San Francisco on a new contract. And keep in mind, Hargrave's a lot older than Quinnen Williams. He's probably going to get somewhere, something around like the Jeffrey Simmons deal, where it was 90 plus, $66 million in guarantees. So we have a foundation in place. It's not like, we're starting from scratch and we have to like reset the market or anything like that with Quinnen Williams. We have the baseline. We have similar numbers that we can pick and choose from, because it's not like it's just Jeffrey Simmons here. Again, it's Hargrave, it's Daron Payne, it's Dexter Lawrence with the New York Giants. A lot of defensive tackles are signing for similar money. I think Quinnen is just, due up next year. Moving on down the checklist to number 3, and by the way, this is like the essential checklist, the stuff that has to get done in my opinion, is re-sign Kwon Alexander. It's not... yes, Kwon was a summer signing last season, and I don't want to get worked up about it here. But I love Kwon Alexander. I love his game. This to me is a true no-brainer. This to me, bringing Kwon Alexander back makes all the sense in the world. You can make an argument it makes more sense now as opposed to last year, because we're in the win now mode. We acquired Aaron Rodgers. We're taking on his money. We're giving away draft assets, right? We're in a position where we're not a young rebuilding team anymore that's playing for the future, that's playing these games to grow and develop. We're trying to win the Super Bowl next season. Shore up the loose ends, right? Make sure all the holes on the ship have covers over them. And Kwon Alexander, to me, is he was a pivotal piece last year. Of course, we can talk about him off the field, right? Being a vocal leader, being a veteran, having playing experience with Saleh prior to, coming to the New York Jets, working with him in San Francisco. But I mean, we just purely look at the statistics. We look at how he did every single Sunday. I mean, he was, in my opinion, excellent value. 60 plus tackles, 40 plus tackles solo, $1.1 million. You're telling me you get 60 plus tackles for just over $1 million on a summer veteran signing? That is exceptional value. And I'm not saying that, Kwon Alexander is going to come in and be like a top 3 linebacker or anything like that. We have to be realistic. But at the same time, if Kwon is saying, hey, I want a similar type of deal, I want to double my pay from last year, 2.2, it's not the end of the world for the Jets books. Okay, again, going down the checklist here, we have to figure out the Rodgers thing first. But to me, this is, a productive season, knows the system, fits the system, understands what the coaching staff wants from him. To me, he would be coming in as the best player at his position. To me, it just makes all the sense in the world. If the Jets don't end up re-signing him, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be irritated. This is just a move. It's like, yeah, no break. Kwon Alexander, great season, knows exactly what we want to do. Right now, we're a little unsure what's happening at weak side linebacker. Yeah, let's bring him back for a cheap contract. Unless Kwon is asking for, if he's looking for $15-20 million a season, then okay, I understand the Jets passing, or even like 8 to 9. But if he's looking for a similar type of contract, again, I'm willing to double the pay, 2.2 mil. 1 year, $3 million. It's not the end of the world. I would much rather be midway through the season and understanding we have Kwon Alexander on the defense, as opposed to, October, November rolls around, we're starting to get into the territory of must-win games. And all of a sudden, we're looking a little thin at linebacker. Maybe somebody doesn't pan out. Just eliminate the question marks, eliminate hypotheticals, in my opinion. Just re-sign Kwon. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is void years. This is really how Joe Douglas has been restructuring these contracts, really pushing money down the road. So guys are taking less this season, but they're going to be getting paid essentially when they're off the books. Right, which is a awesome situation for today, not so awesome situation for when that time rolls around. So I wanted to quickly go over the void money. Next season in 2024, the dead void price tag is 9.6 as of right now. So in other words, $9.6 million in 2024 will be going to players that aren't on the team, void years. In 2025, that number rises to $14.2 million. So overall, we're looking at just under $24 million going to players that won't be playing for the team in that specific year. Again, it's good for today. It's good for the win now teams. I don't think young rebuilding teams should be doing this. I think they should get these contracts out of the way. But the Jets are not, again, a young rebuilding team here. We have to save money where we can. We have to push money down the road if we can to make sure that we can bring back a Q, to re-sign a Kwon, to give the Jets some flexibility. I mean, look at like the Buffalo Bills. They just signed Leonard Floyd. That was a pretty big impact signing for the Bills at this point in the summer. I want the Jets to have that same flexibility. And luckily, we are 4th in the NFL right now. But it's really going to be interesting to see what this Rodgers contract restructure looks like. After that gets done, we're going to have a much more clearer picture on where things stand. I just want the flexibility, right? I want the hey, if somebody gets hurt in camp, do we have enough money to bring a player on board? Maybe we can bring back Kwon Alexander or sign a true center fielding free safety, something like that. Maybe we don't have, maybe Mekhi Becton or Dwayne Brown isn't 100% ready to go for the start of the season. Now all of a sudden we need an extra tackle. I don't want to be strapped for cash. Now we have to release certain players to make it work, to get under the limit to bring on, other players. So right now the Jets are in a really good position. Again, we have to restructure the deal first. Then we're going to have a better idea on where the Jets stand. Last but not least, the one player that, fans, reporters, all expected to either get their deal reworked or get flat out released was Corey Davis. And it's pretty weird, pretty ironic that we're sitting here right now in June, early June, and Corey Davis his contract has still not been touched. Right, we've seen tons of guys get their deals reworked, not Corey Davis. We've heard Salah say he's going to be a part of the team. He's a valued member of the wide receiving room of the offense, which is fine. I like Corey Davis, but I am a little surprised that we haven't reworked his deal yet. I think there is some money that could be moved around where the Jets could potentially save some more this season if they want to go down that route. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.